Hey guys, in today's video I want to talk to you about things that actually should not go in the recycling bin unless rules are different in your area. And I know you want to contribute to our environment and recycle, but depending on where you live, there are some items that are not considered recyclable. And I'm going to tell you what those are. But before we get started, be sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this, as well as my other videos on faith, health, and beauty all year round. Now, surprisingly, some of these products should not be placed in the recycle bin, and that includes some types of paper, plastic, and even glass. And to find a more comprehensible list for your area, check with your city service provider to know the specifics. But in this video, here are items that are generally not recyclable, and you're going to be surprised, or a few, just like me. First up, aerosol cans. Now, these cans are made of metal, but since the spray cans contain propellants and harsh toxic chemicals, they shouldn't be recycled. And I'm really surprised because when I have Lysol cans, air freshener cans, I've been putting them in the recycle bin. And sometimes on the bottoms of the can, you'll see the recyclable symbol, but they really shouldn't go in there. Second, household glass. Now, mirrors, light bulbs, window panes, they shouldn't be recycled. Glass balls and jars are typically fine, including mason jars, but light bulbs usually have a warning, especially when they're fluorescent, not to put them in. Window panes and mirrors, I assume you would probably have to take to a special place, but just in case you didn't know, those aren't recyclable. Number 3, pizza boxes. Now, pizza boxes are contaminated with large amounts of oil, and because oil can't be separated from the fiber, it's recommended that pizza boxes are not recycled. And that makes a lot of sense. You see lots of grease when you order, both inside the box and it soaks through. So yeah, there's generally no way you can get that out, so that is understandable as well. Now, I don't think that goes for the ones you get in the store, frozen, because they're shrink wrapped in plastic. And I don't recall seeing oil inside the box or outside. So frozen pizza boxes are excluded. They can still be recycled. Number 4, yogurt cups. Now, most recycle centers aren't able to recycle plastic materials that contain the numbers 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. And these items can usually include food containers such as butter tubs, yogurt cups, oil bottles as well. And I've been putting my EVU oil bottles in the recycle bin as well as the yogurt containers sometimes. Now, usually yogurt containers, I save them and use them for painting, holding things, making molds for different foods and desserts in lieu of buying ramekins and things when they don't have to be cooked. As well as when I make raw vegan pudding and the servings are perfect size in the yogurt containers. Butter tubs, I used to put them in, but I had a relative tell me it's not a good idea. So I just wipe the inside and then I throw them in the trash. So in case you don't know, no yogurt cups, butter tubs, or even oil bottles. Find a way to recycle those oil bottles since they're glass. Next up, batteries. Now, this one's kind of a no-brainer for all of us. Batteries contain many chemicals such as cadmium, lithium, lead, mercury, so they should be handled separately from both the regular trash and the recycle bin. Best thing to do is to get you a battery recharger and use those batteries over and over again until they don't hold a charge. Then you can find out where to dispose of them properly. Number 6 is cardboard drink containers, like juice boxes and other drink containers. They shouldn't be recycled. Some manufacturers have started producing recyclable containers, and these will be clearly marked on the outside of the container. Why not? Because they can't get the juice out. The same way we can't get it out when it's at the bottom, neither can they. Next up is tire. Now, parts of the tires such as the rim and the wheel waste are not recyclable. And before throwing away tires, ask your local auto shop how to properly dispose of them in your area. If you ask them to dispose of them, they're going to charge you. So find a different way that doesn't cost you to recycle tires. Because if that's the case, you've paid for the tires, then you're paying someone to take the tires off your hands, and those same people are reselling them and charging others. I don't see that as a win-win. So sometimes we've seen people make swings out of them. They use them as planters in the garden. So try to be creative and find a use for those tires as well. Next is styrofoam. Now, styrofoam or expanded polystyrene can't be recycled, and this includes packing peanuts, cup holders, food containers, even coolers. It's not biodegradable, and it's recommended to use as little as possible. Now, sometimes you order things and they come in those containers to keep them frozen. I just reuse the styrofoam containers. I save them along with the recyclable freezer packs. And then when I go on a trip or something of that nature, I use those styrofoam containers. And then once they start breaking down or tearing up, that's when I throw them away. But you can find almost a way to reuse everything you get for your food, for storage, and things of that nature. If you have some creative ideas, let us know in the comments. Number 8 is medical waste. Now, what does that include? Scalpels, tubing, face masks, needles, and other biohazardous waste. They shouldn't be put in your recycle bin. Now, these items will typically come with instructions on how to properly dispose of them. If it's a face mask or it's a tongue depressor or wooden, throw it in your trash. Other than that, see how it should be disposed of in your area. This also doesn't include medications. Now you've got, at your local pharmacies, you can get envelopes to actually put your medicine bottles in, remove your labels, and then you take them there. Number 9 is wire hangers. Now, most recycle centers don't have the tools to recycle wire, but you can actually return them to most of your dry cleaners in your area, and they'll be happy to take them off your hands and recycle them and reuse them. Also find uses for wire hangers. Since they're wire and metal, they'll last a very long time, so just keep them. Plastic hangers, wooden hangers, those type of hangers don't last forever, so keep your wire hangers and know you'll have plenty on hand. So again, these are items that typically we thought could go in the recycle bin, but they can't. Check with your municipal cycling system to get a more definitive list of what belongs in that bin. And some areas will restrict more items than the ones that I've mentioned. You can find that out as well. And then lastly, some areas have special programs to help recycle problematic materials. And if you've got food containers and items like that, some stores like the Kroger family are taking those back to recycle themselves. Thank you so much for joining me. Be sure to like this video and share it. It really helps my channel a lot. And for more videos like this, be sure to subscribe. I make them all year long. Faith, health, beauty, reviews, and so much more. Thanks for watching. Continue to be happy, healthy, whole, and wonderful. See you next time.